So hello students, myself Prakash Chandra Paricha. I am head of the Department of Zoology at Ramadevi Women's University Bhubaneswar. Today I will teach you about reproductive health. As you know, we have different organ systems in our body, and one of the organ systems is reproductive system. Like any other organ system, reproductive system is also composed of a number of organs. When we say reproductive health, in simple terms, it means the reproductive organs, they are healthy and they are performing normally. So this is in simple terms what is reproductive health. But World Health Organization considers reproductive health in a much broader perspective. According to World Health Organization, reproductive health So, World Health Organization considers reproductive health in a more broader sense. It has a more broader perspective of reproductive health. According to World Health Organization, it is the total well-being in all aspects of reproduction. So, it considers the different aspects of reproduction, like these aspects: physical, emotional, behavioral and social aspects of reproduction. Reproductive health is a state. Reproductive health is a state of physical, mental and social well-being of all aspects of reproduction. It does not merely mean absence of any diseases of the reproductive system or any infirmity of the reproductive system. When we consider a healthy reproductive society, it means that all the people in the society, they have normal functioning reproductive organs, and there is normal emotional and behavioral interaction among the individuals. This reproductive health also takes into consideration the capability of the individuals to reproduce, and it also takes into consideration the freedom, the right to have the right to decide when to reproduce, whether to reproduce, or if at all to reproduce, what will be its frequency. Also, here people have the choice, they have the access to various means of family planning. They can choose the different methods available, from which they can choose the safe and the most effective and acceptable method of family planning. So, when we say reproductive health, it is a holistic program of health. It is part of a holistic program, holistic health program. You might be thinking, what is the necessity of reproductive health? When it comes to reproductive health, people have a choice. They have the choice and access to various different family planning means. Here, the people, they have the choice of deciding when to have reproduction. So here, when there is good reproductive health, it increases the chance of healthy pregnancy. It ensures that pregnancy is safe and there is safe childbirth. There is inseparable link between reproductive health and pre-conceptional care. Reproductive health, it teaches about the safe sex practices. It ensures that one can have safe and satisfying sex life. When there is reproductive health, when there is good reproductive health, it contributes to the nation's progress. There will be production of healthy babies, and when they grow up, they will form a very active young population which can be active, which can act as active workforce. Reproductive health reduces the maternal mortality rate. Also, it reduces the infant mortality rate. Reproductive health being a part of a holistic health program, it teaches from very early age the benefits of reproductive health and the importance of reproductive health. From very early age, the children, they get to know about the anatomy and the physiology of their body. They know how to take care of the reproductive system. The reproductive system is one of the most delicate organ systems in the body. It needs proper care and it needs nurturing. So when there is reproductive health, people acquire knowledge about the their own body and the different organ systems of the reproductive system. It helps in curbing the spread of sexually transmitted diseases, and also it helps in producing healthy babies. It reduces infant mortality rate. It reduces the maternity mortality rate, and ultimately it will lead to well-being of family, well-being of community. It will contribute to the economic gain, and the nation will be healthier, and the nation will be wealthier. So these are the importance or the need of reproductive health. Reproductive health, when it comes to reproductive health, there are many challenges to reproductive health. One of the main challenges to reproductive health is early marriage. Early marriage is also known as a child marriage. This still occurs in our country in different parts, and also it occurs in different parts of the world. When there is early marriage, this is very detrimental, especially for the girl child. When they get married at an early age, the body is not prepared for bearing a child. When the girl marries at an early age and attains motherhood, her health deteriorates, and often the baby born is not healthy. So it enhances the chances of maternal death and chances of infant death. Another problem or challenge of reproductive health is lack of proper reproductive health care facilities. Then another problem of reproductive health is lack of proper awareness about the availability of different family planning measures, and sometimes even when there is awareness, they are not accessible to the people. Another cause is behind poor reproductive health is lack of sex education or improper sex education. Then sexually transmitted diseases, they also pose a challenge to reproductive health. So there are a number of challenges to reproductive health. In India, India was one of the first countries in the world to initiate a program on reproductive health. In India, the program for total reproductive health was initiated in the year 1951. The name of the program was family planning. The main aim of family planning at that time was to limit the family size by reducing the number of issues. To minimize the family size was the basic aim of family planning. So it has a very narrow perspective. Subsequently, this program was revised, and currently the program in force is currently the program which is in operation is reproductive and child health care program. These are much improved programs, and they mainly aim at providing support and facilities for reproductive health, and also creating awareness among people about the various family planning methods available, and the benefits of practicing good reproductive health. Reproductive health is hampered by the spread of sexually transmitted diseases. Sexually transmitted diseases, in short STD. Sexually transmitted diseases, also known as venereal diseases. They are also known as reproductive tract infections or RTI. These are diseases which are transmitted through sexual contact. Sexual contact means sexual intercourse. Mostly these are transmitted through sexual contact. These diseases are caused by bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungi, and also nematodes. The symptoms of the general symptoms of sexually transmitted diseases are watery discharge or different types of discharge from the genitals, itching, slight painful swellings in the genitals. So these are the general symptoms of sexually transmitted diseases. These diseases can be cured. Most of the sexually transmitted diseases can be cured, but if they are ignored or if they are left untreated, they will cause serious health complications. When left untreated, sexually transmitted diseases can cause pelvic inflammatory disease. in short PID. Pelvic inflammatory disease refers to widespread infection of the organs, widespread bacterial infection of the organs in the pelvic region. Say for example, ovary, uterus, uterine tubes. These sexually transmitted diseases can also cause stillbirth. It may cause ectopic pregnancy. It may cause abortion. Also, it may lead to cancer of the reproductive tract and may be life-threatening. Now we'll discuss a few common sexually transmitted diseases. One of the most common sexually transmitted diseases caused by bacteria is syphilis. It is caused by the bacterium Treponema pallidum. In the initial stage of infection, the symptom is development of sore or scars or ulcer-like structures will be formed in the infected part. If the genitals are infected, then sores will be formed on the genitals. There will be swelling of the lymph glands. Then if the infection continues for a longer period, there will be swelling at the joints. Also, there will be lesions on the skin. And ultimately, there will be formation of chronic ulcers. Then another common sexually transmitted disease caused by bacterium is gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is caused by the bacterium Neisseria gonorrhea. The symptom of gonorrhea is pus containing discharge from the genitals, and there will be burning sensation at the time of urination, and also there will be pain around genitals. So these were the two common sexually transmitted diseases caused by bacteria. Then a common sexually transmitted disease caused by virus is genital wart. This genital wart is caused by human papilloma virus. Here the symptoms are formation of hard outgrowths on the outer surface of the genitals. In case of females, the infection may spread to vagina and cervix. If it is left untreated, genital wart is left untreated, it may ultimately lead to cancerous condition. Then a common sexually transmitted disease caused by protozoan. The disease is known as trichomoniasis. It is caused by the protozoan Trichomonas vaginalis. Here this protozoan infects both men and women. This protozoan is generally found on the skin surface. Also, it occurs in the mucous membrane of the rectum, mouth, and of the genital organs. When the female is infected with this protozoan, when the vagina is infected with this protozoan, there will be a foul smelling yellow or whitish discharge from the vagina. There will be burning sensation. In case of males, it causes infection of urethra, epididymis, and also of the prostate gland. In case of males, it will cause pain and burning sensation. Then a common sexually transmitted disease caused by fungus. The disease is candidiasis. It is caused by the fungus Candida albicans. When there is infection with this fungus, there will be painful swelling in the genitals of female. For example, there will be painful swelling in vagina and vulva. The men get infected with this when they have sexual intercourse with the female with this type of infection. In males, it will cause painful swelling of the head of the penis. So these were some of the very common sexually transmitted diseases. Most of the sexually transmitted diseases, they are curable. If they can be detected at early stage, they can be fully cured. Then the measures which can be taken to prevent these sexually transmitted diseases. One of the best measures to prevent the occurrence of sexually transmitted disease is to use condoms. At the time of sex, use of condom is one of the best measures against prevention of this sexually transmitted disease. One should avoid sex with unknown partners, unknown sexual partners. Also, one should avoid multiple sexual partners. One should be faithful to one's life partner. Another measure which can be taken for prevention of this STD is avoidance of premarital sex, having sex before marriage. One should try to lead a healthy life. One should consume balanced diet, do regular exercise, and stay away from smoking and alcohol. By doing so, one can maintain good health, and it will boost the immunity, and one can get protection from these sexually transmitted diseases. In case of any doubt, if there is any doubt in mind about having infected with this sexually transmitted disease, then one should immediately take medical help. One should take the advice of doctor, and one should go for sexually transmitted diseases tests. Different tests are available. So one should, on the advice of doctor, one should go for those tests, and if one is infected with any of the sexually transmitted diseases, then on the advice of doctor, one should take medication. If one is infected with sexually transmitted disease, to prevent its spread to others, he or she should be candid about his or her infection, and share his reproductive health status with the sexual partner, so that spreading of the sexually transmitted disease can be checked. Then one should maintain a proper hygiene, reproductive health hygiene. So, by these methods, adopting these methods, one can prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Next, we will discuss the need of birth control. birth control is needed to check population growth. Our population is growing at an alarming rate. The population growth is measured in terms of annual average growth rate. The annual average growth rate is calculated using the formula This is the formula. P2 minus P1 upon P1 multiplied by n and the whole multiplied by 100. This is the formula for calculating the average annual growth rate. In India, our annual population growth rate is 1.6%. This calculation will give you the growth rate in percent. We have 1.6% annual growth rate. Our population growth rate is very high. Every year about 20 million babies are added to our population. So 20 million babies every year is a huge number. If we continue with this rate of population growth, it will have serious consequences. When the population growth occurs at a very rapid rate, there will be population explosion. When the population size greatly increases, we face a number of problems. There will be a shortage of food. If population size increases at a very fast rate and food production fails to keep pace with that, there will be shortage of food. Also, there will be shortage of drinking water. There will be shortage of basic amenities. Education facilities and health facilities will not be available to all. Natural resources will be depleted. There will be heavy demand on natural resources and natural resources will be depleted, and it will have a serious impact on our environment. When the population size is large, there will be generation of lot of waste materials. Lot of waste materials means creation of unhygienic conditions, and there will be pollution. When population size increases, there will be unemployment problem. People will be jobless, and it will lead to criminal activities in the society. So these are some of the problems which are associated with population growth. So The population increases when new members are added to the population by way of birth, or when new members are added to a population by way of migration from some other area. When the birth rate increases, death rate decreases, the population size greatly increases. In earlier days, medical facilities was not very good, and people were dying in a large number because of various diseases. But nowadays, because of improved health conditions and availability of medical facilities, life expectancy has improved and mortality rate has decreased. Because of improved healthcare facilities, because of improved reproductive health, infancy rate has also decreased. Infancy mortality rate has also decreased. All of these contribute to the growth of population. So the need of the hour is to check that growth of population. That population growth can be checked by birth control measures. So birth control measure is very much important. There are different birth control measures available. Birth control measures are also known as contraceptions. A number of different birth control measures are available, which we will discuss in our next class.